My research is on contemporary Japanese migration. I've conducted fieldwork amongst Japanese in New York City and returnees in Tokyo. New York has one of the biggest overseas Japanese populations in the world. These individuals are among thousands of middle-class, often college-educated Japanese who leave home. They commonly go abroad for several years or decades. To do so, they give up their jobs, relationships, and leave family and friends. Yet they migrate to a place where they know no one, don't speak the language, and have no work or connections. So my question is, why are these middle-class people moving when they have no clear, straightforward incentive to do so? What I found was that many of these migrants work in the creative industries as artists, fashion designers, graphic designers, musicians, dancers, and photographers. And they move to New York in the hope of making a professional name for themselves. Thus, for these people, migration is intimately tied to creative work and self-expression. At the same time, creative sector work is very competitive in New York. Moreover, these Japanese are outsiders. Some are undocumented, some don't have visas, and they often have limited English ability. They end up taking significant steps down the socioeconomic ladder. In order to get by, most work in multiple, part-time, unskilled jobs. They work as waiters, cashiers, babysitters, and delivery boys. And this way of life can go on for several years. Yet despite these clear obstacles, many Japanese migrate. What I found was that people negotiated the risks of migration by cultivating a very triumphalist, optimistic ethos. And this ethos systematically de-emphasizes downward mobility and risk, while overwhelmingly emphasizing migration as a self-making project. This means that migration becomes a technique of self-reinvention. It's a way for an adult to start life anew and to ask, who do I really want to be, and enact an authentic self through my work and life choices, all on the world stage of New York. So this research demonstrates how international migration is not only shaped by non-material aspirational factors, but that these can even outweigh practical and material concerns like jobs, financial security, and legal status.